Hello, everyone. This is Marion from Live Simple and Garden. It's February 22nd, and I thought I'd show you what I have growing in the house. I have my storing onions here and my sweet onions. After a little bit, I'll be pinching the top off of them so they thicken up. I have some lobelia. Those are for my planters. I have one geranium there. Here are the rest of my geraniums. There's 6 red geraniums and 7 of the salmon colored ones. And then I have 2 pepper plants up. There's about 40 Johnny Jump Up violas. Those are really pretty in the early spring. Here I have 6 tomato plants. They're medium-sized tomato. I'll be growing these in my greenhouse all summer. I'm not going to move these ones to the garden. And they'll be my earliest tomatoes. I haven't started my other tomatoes yet. I won't be starting them till about, I think, mid-March. Here under cover, I have planted a whole bunch of stuff. You can see dahlias, Swiss chard, broccoli, celery, cabbage, alyssum, coreopsis, and small yellow marigolds. I have a cover over them. As you can tell, it's dripping. The water is inside it. And a heat mat underneath them to get them going. Here I have some peas. I'm going to let them get a little taller, and then I'll be harvesting the shoots off to have in my salads or sandwiches or even a quick stir fry. Add them at the last. And I'll just keep pinching them off and they'll just keep bushing up. Over here in the corner, you can see there's one kale plant coming. I did put in a few more in there, but I don't see them anywhere. And then I have my onions, which I've been cutting off, you can tell. And there's one garlic in here. Yep, right there. I haven't took anything off of it yet. And I brought my parsley plants out to the warmer part of the house. And this was the first one I brought out. And I've been using it a lot. Not parsley, celery, sorry. I've been using a lot off of it. So I figured I'd bring the other 3 plants out and get them growing because I don't think this guy's going to keep up with how much I use. This is my kale plant. I've been using a lot off of it and it's not keeping up at all. So I'm going to have to get some more going, which I should have planted more the other day. I'll have to do that later today. This is how I started my pepper plants. I had put them in paper towel and put a little water on them and put them on a warm shelf in a baggie, and they sprouted. And then I'm putting the seed in here once they sprout. Oh, you can see one upright. It's hard to see them right in there. And the other 2 I'd already taken out. As soon as they sprout up through and stand up, then I transplant them and put them in the window where there's light, because this is just on a warm shelf. And then I have some portulaca in here, but it needs 26 degrees to germinate. So I don't know if it's going to be warm enough here. Right now, after I took the peppers out of the paper towel, I put in new paper towel, and I have apple seeds in here. It's funny how it's all gone orange. Must be from the brown of the apple seed. Anyway, there's none of those sprouted yet because I just did that last week. So we'll see how those go. I grew apple trees before from seed, and I get a few apples off them. I made some sauce off them one year. Last year, they weren't the best looking, but I used a few of them. Hopefully, as I keep going and I learn more on the pruning techniques, I do get a lot more harvest of apples. From the time you grow the apple tree from seed, it takes about 6 years before you get any apples. So it's a process, but I enjoy doing it. These, it's a little hard to see because the lights behind them are my wax begonias, which I'm going to be taking cuttings off them anytime. I'll snip them off about here on each plant. stick them in water and get new plants. And then they'll bush out more from the bottom, the old plants. So that way I multiply my wax begonias. Wax begonias are really pretty in the gardens, the flower beds, because they can stand the heat, they can stand the drought, and they can live really late into the fall, even after a couple of frosts. So I really like that. Then I have my English ivy. I think one of them's rooted now. Yeah, rooting some so I can put them in my window boxes in the front of the house. That's a good way to multiply your ivy plants. And last, right now I have orange willow cuttings and pussy willow cuttings. And the orange willow have rooted. You can see the roots down there, no problem. The pussy willows, they look like they're going to root, but it's hard to say. I thought they were going to come out a while ago. The little white knobs are there. I don't know if you can see that. But they haven't actually shot out their root yet. I just thought these would be nice to plant around the edge of the property. Keeps all the little birds, the birds like in amongst the little branches and stuff. So it's nice to attract the wildlife. And that's everything I have growing in the house so far today. Hopefully in a week or two I'll have a lot more growing and I'll be planting a lot more. Thanks for watching the video. Enjoy your day.